Danny Doherty was from the Cregan area in Derry. He came from a close-knit, strong Republican family. His father, two brothers and sister were imprisoned for their Republican beliefs. At 17, Danny lied about his age and became a member of the IRA. Danny was imprisoned in Portlaoise jail for membership and possession of explosives. He spent 3 years and 10 months there. On his release, he reported back to the IRA, and when asked what role he envisaged for himself, he promptly and without hesitation insisted on rejoining an active service unit. William Fleming was born and raised in the top-of-the-hill area of Waterside, Derry. He was the sixth of 7 children of Leo and Betty. He joined the IRA at 17. He became an invaluable asset, being intelligent, trustworthy, and always willing to play his role in any operation against Crown forces. IRA volunteers, Danny Doherty and William Fleming, were shot dead by undercover British occupying forces in the grounds of Grantia Hospital in Derry on December 6, 1984. Both volunteers were on active service when they were targeted in a shoot-to-kill operation.
The undercover army patrol clearly knew well in advance the intentions of the two gunmen. It appears the soldiers, dressed in plain clothes, had staked out the winding road through the hospital complex. William Fleming from Gobner Scale and Danny Doherty from the Cregan were said by the IRA today to have been on active service. They were riding a motorcycle through the grounds shortly after 8. The exact details of what happened next haven't been disclosed by the police, but some members of staff heard gunfire. One of the IRA men died by the motorbike. The IUC say a gun was found by his side. About 50 yards further along the lane, the other gunman's body lay, covered by a sheet. The area was immediately sealed off by the police. The army patrol vanished as quickly as it had appeared. As it's the second incident involving an undercover army patrol in less than a week, the IUC's follow-up operation has reflected the sensitivity of the situation. The bodies of the men lay where they fell for more than 5 hours as the police charted and photographed the scene of the shooting.
The first I met was a gray-haired father, searching for his only son. I said, old man, sure there's no use searching. Your only son to heaven has gone.
Volunteer William Fleming was a pillion passenger on a motorcycle being ridden by volunteer Danny Doherty when it was rammed by a car driven by an undercover British soldier. Volunteer Fleming sustained fractures to his thigh and shin in the collision. Whilst he was injured on the ground, 2 further SAS members shot and executed him. First with 9mm pistols until they ran out of ammunition, and then with HK-53 submachine guns. His autopsy showed that he had 4 gunshot wounds to his head and a large number to his trunk and torso. When William was knocked off the bike, it went out of control, throwing the already shot Danny to the ground. 2 more SAS men then continued to empty their weapons into him. At Danny's inquest, the coroner stated that he had 3 gunshot wounds to the head and a large number to the trunk and torso. Both men sustained bullet wounds to the head in circumstances where they were wearing crash helmets. The RUC left the bodies lying where they had fallen for over 5 hours before eventually removing them to the hospital. It emerged that one of the British soldiers who discharged his weapon at Grantia also opened fire in another shoot-to-kill operation in Dunloy earlier in 1984, in which 2 IRA volunteers were killed. And another British soldier present at Grantia later fired his weapon in a shoot-to-kill operation in Strabane in 1985, in which 3 IRA volunteers were killed. December 1984 witnessed the deaths in action of 4 IRA volunteers. 3 of those deaths were summary executions carried out by Britain's undercover SAS regiment, and also William Fleming's cousin Kieran Fleming, who drowned while escaping an SAS ambush on December 2, 1984. Volunteer William Fleming's funeral from the Waterside joined up with that of volunteer Danny Doherty's of Cregan. The coffins were draped with tricolors, and 4 IRA volunteers fired volleys over the coffins. Over 3,000 mourners followed the cortege to Derry City Cemetery.